One evening, long before smartphones existed, someone picked up a heavy black telephone. They did not dial a string of numbers. They spoke a word, Pennsylvania, then 6 more digits. The call went through. For nearly half a century, millions of people remembered telephone numbers this way, not as 7 digits, but its names. Those names sounded ordinary: Murray Hill, Butterfield, Klondike, Sycamore. They appeared on business cards, storefront windows, wedding invitations, songs, movies. Each one pointed to a real place inside a city. But they also revealed something else. They quietly told you where someone lived, how old their neighborhood was, sometimes even how wealthy they were. A telephone number was never just a way to make a call. It was part address, part identity, part social status. Then, almost overnight, the names disappeared. The numbers stayed. The words vanished. Why? The answer begins with a machine that could not think. In the earliest years of the telephone, there were no keypads. There were no automated exchanges. Every call passed through another human being. You lifted the receiver, an operator answered. You simply said the person or business you wanted. The operator physically connected wires using a massive switchboard. Thousands of tiny holes covered the wall. Each represented another telephone. It was remarkably personal and painfully slow. As cities expanded during the early 20th century, the number of telephones exploded. Manual switching became impossible. Engineers needed machines to route calls automatically. That required every telephone to have a unique number. But there was a problem. People are terrible at remembering long strings of random digits. Engineers needed something easier, something people already understood. The solution was surprisingly elegant. Every neighborhood telephone exchange received a name. Not a random one, usually the name of the local district or a familiar landmark. The first 2 letters became part of every phone number in that exchange. On rotary telephones, each letter matched a number. PA became 7 and 2. MU became 6 and 8. The remaining 5 digits identified the individual telephone. Suddenly, Pennsylvania 65000 became easier to remember than 7265000. The system spread rapidly. By the 1930s, exchange names had become part of everyday life. Children memorized them. Businesses advertised them. Neighbors recognized each other's districts instantly. A single word carried surprising information. Imagine hearing Murray Hill. You already knew roughly where that person lived. You could picture the streets, the buildings, even the kind of people who might answer. Telephone exchanges became invisible neighborhood borders. Some exchanges became symbols of prestige. Others suggested working-class communities. Just as postal codes can hint at income today, exchange names quietly mapped social geography. Could 7 characters really reveal an entire city's identity? In many places, they did. Cities developed personalities around these names. Some lasted for generations. New Yorkers still recognize Pennsylvania 65000 because a popular song made the number famous in 1940. Hotels proudly displayed exchange names in giant letters. Local businesses treated them like brands. Even after moving across town, some people missed the familiar sound of their old exchange. It felt like leaving home. But beneath the surface, engineers saw a growing problem. Cities kept expanding. New suburbs appeared every year. The list of meaningful exchange names began running out. Even worse, different regions often used similar names. Long-distance calls became increasingly complicated. By the 1950s, telephone companies wanted something machines could process faster. Computers were beginning to enter the network. Computers preferred numbers, not words.
In 1958, the telephone industry introduced a quiet revolution. Instead of encouraging exchange names, they promoted all-number calling. People resisted. Many believed the new numbers sounded cold, impersonal. Some feared neighborhoods would lose part of their identity. Newspapers published angry letters. Community groups protested. For older generations, replacing familiar words with digits felt like erasing history itself. Yet the transition continued. Machine efficiency won. By the late 1960s, most exchange names had disappeared from everyday use. The telephone system became easier to scale. Long-distance dialing became simpler. Eventually, international networks connected billions of phones using standardized numbers. Technically, it was a remarkable achievement. Culturally, something small had been lost. Those old names were never just labels. They were tiny stories embedded inside everyday conversation. Every phone call quietly reminded people where they belonged, who their neighbors were, what part of the city shaped their lives. Today, your smartphone stores thousands of contacts. You rarely memorize a single number. The place has disappeared. Only the person remains. The network became global. The neighborhood became invisible. Sometimes progress removes more than inconvenience. Sometimes it quietly deletes the language that once helped people feel at home. The next time you tap a name instead of dialing a number, remember this. There was a time when the number itself already had one.